6 Tonight. Friends, neighbors, glad to have you with us for News 6 Tonight. It's a good look at us. Look at us right now. I've got the quarter zip. She rode her motorcycle into work today. She's got chaps on and everything else.
Oh my gosh, I do not. What is wrong with you?
Ginger Gadsden. Back in the saddle again. I'm Matt Austin. This is News 6 Tonight, where we get to give you the news, have a little fun.
Yeah, we both have been off at different times, so I feel like I haven't seen you for a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
At least. So it's nice to see you, actually.
Good to see you, too.
Yeah,
we both got to open our gifts from each other without the other one away. I love the backpack you got me, so thank you very much.
Oh, good. I got... Oh my gosh, I don't even talk about it, but one of the things, because his wife does the shopping.
Whoa, I do the buying.
And a couple of great gifts, but the one is my favorite, and I took it on my little Christmas getaway, is a Santa mug, and the little Santa is a cute brown
She
man.
loves it. All year, my wife is on the hunt for brown Santas, and when she finds one, she buys it for Ginger, and that one was extra cute.
Oh my gosh, she nailed it. She nailed it.
Good.
But it's back to reality after drinking my hot chocolate and coffee from a cute Santa mug. We have some serious stories to get to tonight, and it has just been one of those heartbreaking days where our lead story tonight is about a 69-year-old great-grandmother in DeLand. She has been taking care of her teenage great-granddaughter since she was a little girl, right? Since she was a baby, basically, and she is severely disabled. She has lots of disabilities and needs constant supervision and 24-hour care. Well, it was found out that this great-grandma had apparently wanted to end the child's life, the 13-year-old's life, and her own life. And someone found a note in this grandma's house, great-grandma's house, that kind of alerted them that something was not right. And then when police found the great-grandma in the car with the great-granddaughter,
Who was passed out.
Who was passed out and had pill residue on her, that's when they knew something was wrong. Our community correspondent, Emily McLeod, picks up the story from there.
69-year-old great-grandmother Deborah Collier is facing a first-degree murder charge after deputies say she gave her 13-year-old great-granddaughter pills to try and kill her and then intended to kill herself. According to the arrest report, Volusia Sheriff's deputies were on the lookout for Collier's car after they say she left her house after leaving a note. Collier was eventually found on Bunnell Road in Seville along with her great-granddaughter in the front seat. Deputies say Collier told them the 13-year-old was sleeping, that she is nonverbal autistic and could become combative if woken up. The report says when more deputies arrived, one noticed the child was breathing but unconscious with white pill residue on her. The girl was taken to the hospital and deputies began to search the car for what she might have taken, finding prescription medications in a purse behind the driver's seat, as well as a note that read in part, "Sorry it had to be done this way, but it had to be done. No way she can go to a home. My family has gone to hell." In an interview with detectives, Collier told them other family members wanted the child to go to a home since she requires 24-hour care, but Collier refused and told them it had created a rift within the family. During that same interview, detectives asked her about the note. She told deputies she didn't know what she was planning, but when they asked if she was trying to set the girl free, the report says Collier nodded yes in agreement.
It's a heartbreaking story because
Brutal.
You feel that she was trying to make the best decision she knew how to make for this young girl and didn't want anyone really taking care of her except her. But it appears the burden, it looks like the burden had become too much for her.
Yeah, it's one of those, we see these stories and you get inserted into other people's lives and you just think, how does it get to this point? How does it come to a place where you're looking after your great-grandchild? The math, I still can't work out how a 69-year-old has a 13-year-old great-grandchild.
I know.
But it sounds like there is real family drama, but this 69-year-old woman is responsible for this severely disabled child who, according to her, acts out. Hopefully, because of this, help will come into the situation.
Yeah.
Obviously, she's not going to have access to that great-grandchild anymore, but you hope with some government intervention.
Yeah.
How does it happen to where she is left
The sole provider.
as the sole provider for this child who clearly has a lot of special needs?
Hopefully it just sheds some light on a situation that some people might try to handle themselves, and knowing that, okay, you can't do it alone. You have to ask for help. And this was not the answer that is going to be helpful what this great grandma had come up with, but she probably had no any other resource. We don't know. But let's just hope that other people who think they have come to their wits' end now know they can reach out and try and find.
There are so many
resources to
other
help you
options
for that.
other than that.
But your
no
heart
matter
breaks for that
what
family
situation.
because whatever is going to happen is not going to be good.
Yeah, well, at least that child is out of that situation. Hopefully, will find herself
and we'll get
in
the
a
help
better
that she really needs
Yeah.
to.
Well, this year, 2025, for at least the next couple of days, has had its fair share of drama. It's had its fair share of court cases. We've covered them all extensively here at News 6. I would say maybe the most salacious of the year has to do with a local sheriff, now suspended, Osceola County Sheriff Marcos Lopez. We have seen a bunch of alleged co-conspirators
take plea deals.
We have seen text messages allegedly from the sheriff.
It's the story that kept giving.
There's so much to it, and it's hard to keep track of. So as we move into 2026, there are a few stories that we want to update you on to let you know, unless you're watching the news every day, which I know most people are not.
Yeah.
That this is where this case stands right now as we move into the new year. So our investigator, Mike DeForest, tells us where this case stands right now as we move forward.
Prosecutors say they are ready to prove Marcos Lopez used his badge to protect an illegal gambling operation while pocketing hundreds of thousands of dollars. But even though 5 of Lopez's co-defendants have cut plea deals, including his estranged wife, the suspended sheriff will begin the new year vigorously fighting the criminal charges. So far, there's no indication Lopez has been offered a plea deal or that he would even accept one. Right now, Lopez and his legal team continue to review the prosecution's evidence against him. That evidence includes extensive financial records, text messages, and witness testimony. One of the key witnesses is Krishna Diakaran, the owner of several gaming rooms, who recently pleaded guilty to money laundering. Diakaran is prepared to testify that he gave Lopez more than $600,000 in cash, often in paper envelopes, as part of their gambling operation. Meanwhile, Lopez is still trying to get his criminal charges thrown out completely. Earlier this fall, he filed a motion seeking to dismiss the case. Lopez argues that even if the prosecution's evidence is accepted as true, it does not add up to racketeering under Florida law. The judge has not yet scheduled a hearing to consider that motion, which could happen sometime in the new year.
So yeah, that'll be the question. What happens? He's basically the final straw. There is one woman who it appears may have fled to China to get away from these charges.
Yeah.
But what will happen for Marcos Lopez, and will they allow cameras in the courtroom, which they usually do here in the state of Florida? Hopefully he doesn't get any special treatment when it comes to that.
Well, I think that's one. This story has a lot of interest because he's an elected official. The people twice elected, and a historic election because he is the first Hispanic sheriff to be elected
in a
Osceola.
highly Hispanic district.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. And I think when this story broke, even though he has not been convicted of anything, people were very disappointed with what we've seen come out so far, and they are interested to see, okay, what's the evidence? How much, evidence do you have against this guy who gained our trust?
I mean, the allegations are that all of this started before he even got elected, knew he was going to get elected, and then according to these text messages that the prosecution is providing, that he was setting up these operations and making arrangements before he even made it into that office. If that's true, what a Netflix documentary that's going to be.
Oh, they're already thinking about it, regardless of the outcome of whatever it's going to be. So we'll figure that out in next year. And of course, our investigator, Mike DeForest, has done such a great job in just breaking it down into bite-sized pieces, because this is such a big, multi-layered case.
It's hard for us to keep up with.
Exactly, which is
so
why
many players
when DeForest breaks it down, he does a really, really good job, because he dissects it so he can understand it and then makes sure that we all understand it too, and that's important. All right, another story we have been covering for a little bit was a story that we covered 10 years ago when Florida had its first sanctioned bear hunt. And it was one of those things where they were saying the bear population, we'd been having more people encounter bears, and bears were coming into neighborhoods and feeling really comfortable around people. When that first bear hunt happened in 2015, I think it was supposed to last for 2 weeks. They stopped it in a couple of days because so many bears were harvested. This time, I think they were a little more careful with how they issued permits, how many permits were allowed. And we were trying to get the numbers from Florida Fish and Wildlife. And we had to submit all these different requests. And that's not how it happened the last time.
Yeah, they just gave it freely.
They gave the numbers. And it's like, okay, this is how many, almost 302 days. It's too many. We got to stop it. Now we're like, okay, what's going to happen? Because they issued 172 permits for this one. And they had to go through different things saying that, okay, these are the rules of the hunt. One permit, you can get one
clear.
bear. Yeah,
it was a little more willy-nilly 10 years ago.
Yeah. But I think they did a good job of just kind of paring it down as to who can do this. And we finally got numbers today because the hunt ended. It lasted for 3 weeks this time.
Yeah.
52 bears were actually harvested. And if you're one of the people who, we have a lot in the area who thought, none of them should have been harvested because we're moving into their communities and nobody wants to have a bear encounter. But what are the options? Because Florida is Central Florida especially, such a growing area. Mm-hmm. So
and by the way, only 18 permits in Central Florida.
19
permits were given
19
out.
permits, but we don't know how many of those 52 bears were actually harvested in Florida. There was a group who offered $2,000 if you would give them your license that you got to hunt a bear. If you give me that license and tear it up right now, I'll give you $2,000 on the spot. I would be curious to see how many people actually took them up on that. We did some interviews, and the one woman who was in part of that group said that same day a guy got his permit in the mail, and they were at the post office like, hey, will you give us that for $2,000? Here you go.
$2,000.
Yeah,
for something you
and
paid
then
$5
other
for.
people were also getting the permits, not planning on using it.
So yeah, it seems like the majority of the permits, many of them were bought up by animal rights activists, and the other hunters, the people who applied for the permits, either never went out to harvest the bears,
and that was the plan all along,
or they went out and they didn't find a bear,
luck.
And so 52 people, and I think that's a number. I haven't spoken with the animal rights activists.
No, but they say
that's a number
it's on par with other states.
Yes,
that's
the what they were expecting. That first year when they were like, oh yeah, you can take 280 bears and 300 and some bears were dead within just a couple of days.
It was
devastating. That was a public relations disaster.
And I remember seeing video of like the bears that were harvested in the back of the trucks.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my gosh, what is happening? And I think that was what they didn't want to
And I think that's
of.
why FWC was so tight-lipped last time. I think it was
I'm not mad at them for being careful.
It was
and
a
being
miserable experience for them dealing with the aftermath of that. And at least in the end, it's a lot quieter.
Yeah,
a lot less
and they're
drama.
going to use that data to figure out where the bears are, where the troubled spots were, that sort of thing, and just kind of use it for research. Yeah, so it wasn't all in vain, but just 52 bears, not 300.
All right. Well, another animal story we've been covering closely, these swans at Lake Eola. We got an update on that. Also, we know you want to hear about the weather. Jonathan Kegg is going to give us a more in-depth look.
Why is it so cold?
At the chill that has hit Central Florida. We'll talk about that coming up after the break.
Yeah, and he got the link from the show just a little while ago, I think. So we'll make sure we have that for News 6 tonight. Hey, thanks for stopping by. We know you're busy, but news doesn't stop, and neither do we.
That's right. And this is News 6 Tonight, where we leverage this entire busy newsroom with our community correspondents, our producers, our content desk, and then we filter through that. We have a casual conversation about the news that impacts Central Florida.
Yeah, we live here in the community, and we rely on you for our neighborhood network because you're our eyes and ears as well, and we can't do it without you.
So you can watch us all over the place, YouTube, News 6 Plus app, and clickorlando.com. While you're here, feel free to engage. Let us know who you are and where you're from.
Hey, welcome back to
Why
News
is my
6.
chair sinking
I mean,
again?
your chair is, I don't know.
I don't know. Let's just, okay.
It's a good thing you're skinny. If I had that thing, I'd be on the floor. So let's talk about Lake Eola.
Yeah, one of my favorite places.
We mentioned this. By the way,
Beautiful.
outside of this story, I know it's a sad thing. These birds are dying. But
Yeah.
right now, the lighting display up around Lake Eola Park is
Oh, the holiday lights.
gorgeous.
Yeah, they do
I
a
have
great
never
job.
done this. We were like, let's drive by Lake Eola. We just happened to do it over the
But
weekend.
you do the Christmas tree lighting. You've done that before, but
Yeah.
you don't have time to go and experience everything else.
This thing is different. They have added so many. It is like an Instagram haven. It was crazy. So go check that out.
Yeah.
But anyway, while you're down there, avoid the birds, and which I always do because I
Oh,
feel like
yeah.
one of those swans could take my eyes out
They're
easily.
big. They're big.
They are girthy, and but some of them are starting to die. And we got an update. So we said a dozen of these swans died. We told you that yesterday. Well, the city came back and said, we've got fresh numbers. Actually, 11 of them have
Okay.
died. Not all of those were swans. One of them was like an ibis and some other bird.
Some other
I'd
bird
never
we
heard
can't
of.
pronounce. Yeah.
Yeah. So we got updates from city officials. We wanted to bring that to you since we talked about it yesterday. Here is your community correspondent, Jaina Manohalal.
It was a total of 11 birds, not 12. It was 9 swans, an anhinga, and an ibis.
Okay.
So it was 11 birds in total, and it was not all, and it was not as high as we thought.
That clarification coming as the city of Orlando continues investigating the death of birds found in and around Lake Eola. City officials say they're now working with the Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission, along with a local veterinary team, to determine what caused the deaths. Visitors at the park say the news has been difficult to process.
Well, it's really sad because I was here for the roundup just a few weeks ago, and that was pretty neat. I'm just new to the area, but I love it. I live right around the corner.
Not imagine me coming here to the Eola Park and not seeing the swans and all the birds.
As a precaution, park officials say crews are sanitizing and cleaning areas around the lake every morning from 4 a.m. to 6 a.m.
And we take this very seriously. We're acting as if it is the worst case scenario with avian flu. We want to protect the public.
Commissioner Sheehan says the exact cause of death is still unknown as we wait for results from the necropsies.
And they had said we'd get it by Friday. Now they're saying 30 days. So I don't know. I mean, I'm frustrated because I understand that people want the information now.
Until then, city officials are urging visitors not to touch wildlife and to avoid feeding birds.
So this is the issue that they're running into. It's the holidays, hard to get information. Fortunately, there's still a very large population. These were mostly the newly added birds that are struggling with these health issues, and hopefully they can get it hammered out, get it figured out.
If you've ever been to Lake Eola and you've encountered the swans or you see them, they're beautiful. And during the 4th of July when they have the fireworks, they put them somewhere where they are safe and away from the fireworks because that's how much people love them and they're very protected down there. But they are bigger than you expect.
Oh, when
and,
they stand next to you.
Oh my gosh,
things
they
like
are
half an
intimidating.
ostrich.
Yeah, and we did a story probably a couple of years ago now where somebody was going around taking the eggs. Do you remember this story?
I remember that, yeah.
And this guy, I'm like, what are you doing? What is wrong with you? So these animals just need time to heal and time to recover. But the ones that we've lost, that's such a sad thing, but it happens.
That guy
you
probably
know?
has bird flu now, by the way. Hey, Chris Seltzer says the chair's strike again.
Oh, really,
We read your
Chris?
comment, and he's texting me over here too, because
Okay.
this is our
You know,
beloved, the guy who helped us
He's
start
not
this
beloved
show.
because he left.
Who built? Well, he took a better job. He took
Better
a
than
great
working with
job.
us?
Way better than working with us. We're the reason he left, probably. He built these chairs, though. Great workmanship, bud.
Yeah,
These
thanks
things
for.
are sinking on us right now.
He left us with this poor craftsmanship, and now he's chiming in because it's funny.
Yeah.
Way to go.
Laughing at us.
Whatever.
From
Hey,
his
no, we
high
miss you,
horse.
Chris.
No,
We
do.
miss you,
We love
Chris.
you, buddy.
All
He's
right.
done great for us.
Time now for a check out our forecast because you
we do it?
noticed that you're in your 3/4 zip there.
It's a 3/4 zip. It's called a quarter zip.
Whatever.
Gadsden.
I don't know. I don't wear
This
them.
is my Costco special.
I was just going to ask that.
This is the one I was talking about yesterday on the show.
Can I just say, listen, I have 3 outfits now from Costco.
I know you love some Costco outfits.
Wait.
I normally don't, but I do now. They have some great stuff. I'm sorry, but the clothes.
We were
there-
talking about this last night, Ginger, and I know the weather is important. It's cold, okay?
Yeah.
What's going on with Costco that they're like this is becoming the fashion central? You're the third person that says they're getting their wardrobe at Costco. Do I need to get a membership?
Do you not have a membership?
I don't.
When's your birthday?
in January next month.
Oh
look
my
at that.
gosh! Well, I know what I'm getting you.
Wait,
Don't get one.
did you get that from Costco or Bikers R Us? Where'd you get that?
Oh
Did you get that
man,
from Harley
hit
Davidson?
him.
Jonathan, the
Bro-
weather's not the only thing cold. This
It
my
is
heart.
not.
he's frozen. He's
my
frozen.
And it
Okay.
was apparently we learned nothing over the Christmas holiday.
Nothing at all. Nothing. Nothing. Oh my gosh. But you do have you've got some freeze warnings that you're talking about, because I was in North Carolina, the mountains of North Carolina for Christmas. It was in the 50s and 60s. I
Crazy.
come to Florida and it's in the 40s. I'm like, what kind of bizarro world
is
is this?
weird.
Yeah.
Absolutely, and I'll show you why that was. Yeah, gigantic pattern flip, and we're on the colder end of that, obviously. Now, freeze warnings in play really along and northwest of I-4. That's your best shot to get to 32 or colder. That's what a freeze warning is. That warning is mainly for your plants to be taken care of and pipes. We're not in that realm where we have to be worrying about our pipes. We're not going to be below freezing for that long, thankfully, but that's what the freeze warning is going to be dealing with. Inanimate objects, that's what the freeze warning is. Cold weather advisory is for living things, because then you also factor in the wind and it moves your body heat away, and that's what the wind chill is. It's going to be cold without the wind, but that breeze is going to be there. So everybody in Central Florida under that cold weather advisory from the National Weather Service. Wind chills tomorrow going to be in the 20s and 30s. Air temperature is going to be in the 20s and 30s. At this hour, guys, we're already at 49 in Orlando. Jacksonville's already at 34. And then Tallahassee is already at near the freezing mark. So, I mean, it is cold, even not just for Florida standards. It is cold. And anybody vacationing down here be like, wait a minute, what's going on? Not many places escaping this chill, and it all has to reside with the upper level pattern. So we're looking at about 15 to 20,000 feet above our head. And Ginger mentioned this about it being warm. That chunk of high pressure that you see out west, there was a nice big bubble of warmth. See how it kind of makes that ridge pattern? It kind of goes up like that towards the mountains. That's what we had over the east last week toward Christmas. That's why it was so warm through the mountains. Now we have this big giant dip in the jet stream here extends all the way back up to the Hudson Bay. So basically the refrigerator door is wide open to Canada and the Arctic, and it is just spilling right down there. So the place to beat the cold is out in the west right now. That's where like Las Vegas, maybe a little bit too far north, but Phoenix, extreme Southern California, that's really the only spot to kind of thaw out from this chill, guys. So it is really, really cold out there. The one benefit of that front coming through, I don't know if you saw the we're gonna talk about this a lot. There's a lot to talk about. These are some of the pins that have come in tonight, guys.
Oh,
I don't know if you were outside.
Yes.
Look at that. Rosemont and Ken Allen and UCF. I mean,
Beautiful.
Incredible.
unbelievable. We had that mid-level cloud deck, and as the sun is setting, gets below the clouds and it kind of reflects up on it, just illuminates everything. Fantastic out there.
Yeah, I need to
Insane.
pin some pictures, because driving home, we were coming through Jacksonville last night, and it was sky just like that. It's just gorgeous.
Yeah, good
It's
stuff.
amazing.
Jonathan
amazing.
Kagas. Check him out coming up. He's got a great show at 9:30. He'll have all sorts of cool weather stuff for you.
Yeah, and coming up in the last few minutes of our show, we're going to just help some people out.
You're gonna
So-
rage Dayton. She's doing this just to make me angry. I know she
Things,
is.
what not to do going into the new year.
Welcome to News 6 Tonight. We are so thankful that you're joining us here wherever you found us.
Yeah, you know what this tells me? If you have made this your new streaming destination, it tells me you're smart. Also, good looking. Because you chose to watch the news in a different way. That makes you really smart. Anybody can give you the news from a teleprompter or an old newspaper. We do it in a fresh new way.
That's right. So check us out wherever you like to stream. We have this app for your TV, News 6 Plus. You can find it on Roku and Amazon and whatever your smart TV is cooking. So thank you. We would love to hear your comments down below.
My gosh. Yeah.
And then we'll show them.
Yeah, we will. News 6 Plus. The plus is you.
Ooh.
Okay, so we just want to help you going into the new year. It's
These
gonna
are
be
the-
cool.
I hate
It's
these.
gonna be cool. I know Matt loves these stories. Cover your plants, everybody, but don't cover them with plastic in this cold weather because that really doesn't help. You need some cloth to do it, and do it gently. It's gonna be cold because
Okay.
Jonathan already told us that we have some freeze.
It's going to
warnings
be
in the
cold.
area.
Here's how to cover your
All
plants.
right.
Up
So next. All right. So for
Don't
the
burn
new
your
year,
hand off. Next.
Don't no no not next. Also, don't shoot your gun into the sky for the not the 4th of July or that time either for the new year. People ring in the new year by
You
shooting
can
off
do
guns.
it for the 4th of July.
No, don't do it. Some people get hurt. Somebody died last year. Do not do it. Okay. And finally, don't advertise to burglars what you got. Don't put your 90-inch flat screen TV box out on the curb. Take it to a
All right.
burglar box.
These
in
are the
different
things we
communities.
tell you on the news. We really don't
Matt
think
hates it
we
'cause he
really
thinks
it
that
makes
people-
it seem like we think you're idiots.
You're
But
not.
we don't.
You know how we know you're not an idiot? Because you're watching this show and we thank you for it.
Have a great night.